request?
Can read them.
Okay.
Okay. Minutes, Granby Free Public Library, Tuesday, April 13, 2021, via Zoom. Present Director Jen, Michelle, Leah, Terry, Nita, Helen, Kate, Paula, Denise, and Alex LaMarche. Absent Janice Cook. The meeting began at 6:04 p.m. The March 2021 minutes were read by Terry. Helen made a motion to accept the minutes as amended and Kate seconded them. Director's notes: new door hardware has been ordered. The current locks have not been working very well. Building update: the roof is fixed. The staff should be fully vaccinated by May, and this is when they hope to reopen the library. Jen has asked the Board of Health if reopening will be possible. The plan to reopen is listed below. Info gathered from Safety Standards for Libraries, mass.gov. Must meet all checklist requirements before opening, including having hand sanitizers at entrance, exit, paths marked on the floor, etc. Seating will need to be removed. Computers will be blocked off except for the 2 available by appointment only. The Board of Health must review the ventilation report and the trends must stay low. The doors will remain locked and patrons will have to call ahead to make an appointment to browse the collection. 20 minutes to browse, 10 minutes to check out, sanitize after. Hours for this will initially be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tuesday through Friday. Computer use will be by appointment in 50-minute time slots with time to sanitize in between each use. Only 2 computers will be available in our bank of 8, properly socially distant. Curbside lobby pickup will continue as a permanent service Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. All patrons will be required to wear a mask and sanitize hands upon entrance. Outdoor programming to begin this summer in a limited capacity. All returned items and bin delivered items will be held on a 24-hour quarantine. All items handled within the library will also be quarantined for 24 hours before being returned to the shelves. Limited handling will be encouraged. No volunteers at this time. When the time comes, volunteers will need to be fully vaccinated, over 18, and permission will need to be received from the Board of Health and the Select Board. Leah offered to buy gloves for patrons to use in the library to lessen the need of cleanup after patrons leave and before the next ones arrive. Restrooms will be cleaned only 1 time a day and patrons will need to use at their own discretion. The opening will be slow and gradual. Discussion moved to the landscaping project for Alice's garden. Paula made a motion that trustees approve the memorial garden for Alice beyond the fence behind the library. This was seconded by Leah, all in favor. Warrants: $1,473.23, Baker and Taylor, Blackstone Publishing, and Ingram Entertainment, and $1,326.27, Fire Detection Systems, Interactive Sciences, Inc., Baker and Taylor, and Blackstone Publishing. Kate made a motion to authorize Jen to sign and pay the warrants. This motion was seconded by Michelle, all in favor. Paula mentioned that she had spoken with Kathy Regan Kelly, who said there will be a 1-year term for library trustee open. Candice Rivera is interested in being a write-in candidate. Motion was made by Leah, seconded by Terry to adjourn the meeting. The meeting adjourned at 6:55 p.m. Next meeting scheduled for May 11th at 6 p.m. Respectfully submitted, Helen Herto, Secretary. If you have anything below that, just cross it out, please.
Okay, was there any thing we
Yeah,
needed?
isn't it Kathy Kelly Regan? Kathy Kelly Regan, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, you've got Kathy Regan Kelly.
Thank you.
Sure.
There's too many names there.
Right? I asked Jen today, I'm like, did I get that right or wrong?
Whoops.
Okay, someone want to make a motion to accept it with amendments?
I'll make a
I'll make
motion to accept the minutes as read with amendments.
I'll second it.
Okay. Okay, Jen, you want to
Yes.
give me?
Okay. So, let's see. So my building update is our hardware on the front doors has been replaced. If you've been by the library, you definitely have noticed the doors actually work, which is wonderful. Helps out in a lot of ways, especially right before opening. That makes me happy. The request for reopening has been approved by the Board of Health. As long as we can follow the Massachusetts state guidelines for reopening, we are allowed to open. So that is good news. Our small outdoor programming can resume. We're going to start with just very limited, tiny programs outside to begin with and just see how that goes. And that won't start until June. A request has been sent to the Board of Health to approve welcoming back volunteers on a limited basis. That was sent in, and they're going to be either approving it or not tonight at their meeting. So I should know about that very soon. I will reach out to our volunteers and let them know that they have the option of coming back, and we'll have to work on the schedule. I don't want to make anyone feel like they have to come back, but if they are, which I know a lot of people are interested in getting back here, I will let them know about that. The building is almost ready for reopening. Most of our seating has been removed. We are allowed to have some seating now, so I have kept a few chairs here and there, making sure that they are all socially distant from where anyone might be standing to look at books, which kind of limits where we can put them, but it works out. Let's see here. Our meeting rooms will continue to be closed in the beginning, especially because most of them are full of chairs. Our limited browsing appointments are going to start next Tuesday, May 18th. And I've actually tweaked the hours. I know what we just read is going to be different. We're going to run it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to start from 11 to 4 p.m. Keeping in mind that a lot of kids don't get out of school until 2:40. So it gives parents and families time, with school-age children to come after school. So I decided to run it a little bit longer hours, but keep Fridays as kind of a catch-up day for us to deal with quarantine items and book pickups and deliveries and all that. So we can see what it's going to look like. Being open by appointment is going to take a lot of staff power. We're going to have someone working the door, someone working the desk, and then someone who has to do curbside at the same time. So doesn't really give the staff much downtime to do other things. So I figured having that Friday would be a big help. And we'll definitely look into adding more hours as we get acclimated to the change. Once we know what it looks like, how much work it's going to be, once we get used to it, I'm sure, we'll be a well-oiled machine and we can add in hours. And by the end of the summer, I would like to talk about possibly maybe thinking about changing our hours. People really liked that we were here in the mornings on Thursday again. So possibly keeping that early morning Thursday and just adding one later day, maybe not quite 8 p.m., but we can talk about that later. That's just my wheels turning, thinking about, what everything's going to look like moving forward. The guidelines for Massachusetts have changed as of May 1st. Libraries are now rolled into the more general guidance list under sectors not otherwise addressed. And this actually gets rid of the quarantine time. It lessens our cleaning protocols, but still calls for a 6-foot distancing and a 50% capacity, which we're going to start off much lower than 50% capacity. Our 50% capacity is over 60 people in the building at once, and we're not gonna anytime soon. So we are going to continue to quarantine materials that are returned just for 24 hours. So everything that's returned in a day gets checked in the very next day. which is actually just easier for us as staff that we won't have to keep up with the check-ins all day long. We'll just bank them, do them every morning. But as delivery comes in, we won't quarantine that. We don't have to quarantine materials that people touch in the building anymore. So good news that things are actually looking a lot easier for our opening. And let's see here. That is my, I don't have our agenda on me.
You had building updates, the hardware library reopening and staff vacation requests, which I do have, and I tried
Okay.
to send those letters out to everyone, but I do not believe they went through, so I'll read them to you. Jean and Janice have asked, because of COVID and reopening, they have asked that if they could carry over some of their hours. We need to vote on this tonight, and then I can submit the letters to Chris Martin. So I'll read you what Jean wrote. I am requesting that you consider allowing me to carry over any of my unused vacation time in the fiscal year of 2021 to be used in July and August fiscal year 2022. As you know, I left my part-time position with the Granby Board of Health and to take up a full-time position at the Granby Public Library in November 2020 and was still entitled to 170 hours vacation time. With the pandemic and being so busy with curbside pickup, I did not want to leave the library short-handed or short-staffed. Since the library is planning on reopening to the public on May 17, 2021, I feel that it is important not to use the remainder of my earned vacation time before the June 30th, 2021. Thank you for considering my request. This is Jean. And Janice wrote, with 2020 to 2021 being very challenging and unique years, the trustees' unended support has meant very much to us at the library. A huge thank you to all. As we are reopening the library very soon, I hesitate to take as many vacation days off if I had earned and planned in late May and June when we are newly reopening the library and could use all 3 staff members on board as much as possible. I am flexible and have offered to postpone my June vacation to be in the library to help out if allowed to push my vacation days forward to the next fiscal year. If I am approved, I will carry over 45 vacation hours. I could be in the library during our reopening when we are still short of volunteer staff. Thank you for consideration, and that was from Janice. Considering everything that we've gone through this year and reopening, I understand these 2 ladies have put a lot into it, including Jen. I don't see anything wrong with carrying over those hours to be used before September.
They're not saying September. I think Jean is saying
He's saying July and August
of 2022, I think.
It's the 2022 fiscal period, which starts in July 1st.
They
Okay, so
basically have all of next year to use it.
Yeah.
So
She's kind of saying that she'll use it before September. And Janice is saying that she'll use it, within a year, which any vacation time she takes off would be used first before she uses the other. Considering the reopening and everything these ladies have to do, I don't think it's a hardship to carry over these hours. So anybody
what's
have any?
the town policy about it? And do
Town
you know?
policy is that they can carry over up to 2 weeks.
yep,
We
as
just
long
have
as
to
they
approve
get
it.
a board approval.
Right. So they can carry over up to 2 weeks as long as the board approves it.
Okay, and did I hear you say 170 hours for Jean?
Jean has 170 hours, so we would have to approve that because of going, the
Well, she
changing
is,
of the jobs and everything.
She is taking some of it now.
Mhm.
We did fit in as much as we could. She took a week a couple weeks ago, and she's taking a week and a half now before we open. So she'll have about 70 hours to carry over.
Okay,
Janice will have 45.
okay.
Will
So that's
that
Perfectly
create
2 weeks.
hardship for you if they're taking them in the summer? You know, when you are open?
Well, if I'm allowed to get my volunteers back in the building, I feel like once we get that rolling and once we kind of get a good feel for, the workflow, I think it'll be a lot easier as we go through and kind of get used to everything and see, how much extra work it is. And if we are allowed to have some volunteers, and that's going to help, exponentially. So I feel like we'll be okay once we get to be a well-oiled machine and being open to the public again. It's funny because I was just saying it earlier, like being surrounded by the public and being crazy in this building is what we've always done. So it's kind of funny that we're all so nervous about going back to it on just such a small basis. But with the curbside and everything, it'll be a huge learning curve to see how we handle it all. But I think once we get into it, it's going to be a piece of cake. We'll get a good groove going now that we have Jean full time.
How do
Jen,
you,
do you have any kind of budget for subs when Jean or Janice is out?
We don't. We used to. We used to have a very small sub budget, but then we got to a point where nobody wanted to do it for. It was, I think, like 14 hours a year, and it got to a point where no one could do it because everyone was so busy that we ended up just rolling it into our regular staff wages. But now that we have such a good volunteer staff, we're usually able to rotate to fill in.
how do you foresee adding more hours moving forward?
Well, we're gonna start with keeping it Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 to 5:30.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about adding the Saturdays back in after a couple of months, once we get used to people in the building again, and then maybe adding one late night again. I don't know if it'll be Thursdays again or kind of seeing what people want. But I think people really like us being here on Thursday mornings. It's more consistent. They can say, okay, they're open at 10:30, Tuesday through Friday. There's no weird 1 to 8 day in there. So maybe we could do like a Thursday 10:30 to 7 or something like that. Might be a little long for days, but
Jen, I know that you and I talked a little bit about your plan for opening. Do you have a more solidified plan of how to get the word out that you're going to be opening more hours? Or are you just going to so maybe you can speak to that.
yeah, right now we are kind of just doing word of mouth, letting everyone who calls know, people who ask, we're letting them know. I've already told the town departments, what our planned date is, but I haven't put press out yet. I probably will by the end of this week. So it kind of gives us a little time to kind of soft open. So I've already have the schedule for next week, and we already have our very first person coming on our first time slot. So just to kind of keep it from being overwhelming and everyone wanting to come Tuesday morning at 10:30 kind of a thing. We're kind of slowly getting the word out, but we'll have it on our website and on Facebook, Twitter, and then hopefully GCAM will post it for us. And then the town website, they'll put it on their calendar as well.
Okay, ladies, before we keep going into her opening, we need to vote on whether or not we accept the letters from the two ladies, so I can forward them off to Chris Martin. I can't, Michelle, we can't hear you. That's
not me.
Oh,
I
it's
think
not.
it's Leah.
Oh,
Jen, do you plan on having one family in at a time when you reopen?
We have 3 slots open, so we're allowing up to 12 people in at one time.
Okay.
So that's we're going to kind of be a little lenient with it. If someone comes to the door and we're not completely full, we'll let them in. We'll just write them down as an appointment. That way we have contact tracing. So we're gonna try to be a little lenient about it because we can have up to, 60 people in the building. I don't want to get to that point. I think, my comfort level isn't there yet, but I think this will give us a good gauge on, how many people want to come at once. And hopefully we can get rid of the appointment system very quickly. I know South Hadley just reopened and they weren't doing appointments at all. So I'm kind of interested to see how they're doing with that and, kind of see how we're doing. If it's not too overwhelming, we might just.
Jen, I'm going to interrupt you. I think Leah just had a visitor at her front door.
I'm trying to, wait. Yeah, Janice just delivered, and I'm gonna show you if I can. It is probably 20 pounds of something.
It's a puppy.
It's a puppy.
You see it? Oh my lordy, bread. Obviously it's a pineapple. Grapes. Ooh, fruit, oranges. Oranges. Oh, syrup. Syrup? Syrup.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Somebody baked something. Num num. Oh, lemon bread. Oh, lemon bread. Oh, more fruit, more fruit. Cookies.
Wow.
What's this? Cabbage soup.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
And there's another jar of something. Pickles. Dill pickles. And lots of good fruit and cookies. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
you're
Leah.
welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
This is quite a surprise. Oh, and a gift card to Sapowski's. Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, this is this is unbelievable.
Leah, how many years were you on the board?
I don't know. Nine, at least
lot.
9, if not 9 to 10.
I think it was more than that.
Yeah, I think it was
I
more
was
than that.
going to
too.
say, it's got to be more than that because I'm going on my 5th year and you had been there a lot longer than
Oh,
that.
wait a minute. Maybe I can.
Someone had asked me and I said, I bet you it's 12 or more.
No, it's probably like 20.
Is
Because
it?
you came on, Leah, when I
took
was
off-
on a long time ago, and that might have been 20 years ago. So
Oh, no.
I think so.
Wait
When
a
you've been
minute.
doing something too long.
I took,
You
what's
took
his
your daughter's
name?
place.
no, he was president of the Friends for a while.
Marty.
Marty, I finished up his term. So that's how I started.
I don't remember him being a trustee.
Yeah. For a short while he was. Wait a minute, I'm trying to find something here. And I'm not
Wait.
being very successful. It should
Got her
tell,
flustered.
should tell me how long I've been doing this. Well, I can't find it. It might be 12. It might be 12 years. Because let me see. I retired in 05. Oh,
I,
yeah,
s-
these are
I
12.
started in 07, 08.
Close enough. Thank you, thank you,
13
thank you.
years.
Thank you. This is fabulous. Thank you. It's all yummy. It's all consumable.
Well, don't eat it all at the same time.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I gotta stretch it out. Oh, my God.
It's
Well,
okay.
we
We'll
have to
come
thank
over.
Janice for being the ferry delivery person.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Ah, okay.
Well, we thank you,
Thank you.
Leah. You deserve it.
Well,
Okay,
It's
so
been fun.
before we forget, we need to vote on those 2 letters. So the only thing I would like to say is, Jean update her time? Because I think she wrote 170 hours. Can she just adjust the letter and resend it to me with the correct amount of hours?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I think that she meant that she was still entitled to 170 hours at the time that she came over here. Because she was working more hours for the town between that job and this job. So her
okay.
vacation hours were more. But I can have her add in the letter that she's asking for a total of 70 hours to carry over. And I'll make sure she uses the rest so she doesn't lose it. And
Yes, I agree.
Janice, I will let Janice know that she is more than welcome to take some of her vacation before the end of the fiscal year if she wants to. And then the unused portion, I don't want them to feel like they can't take their vacation, because I'm taking a couple of days. They're gonna have to live without me. So I'll make sure that that's clear to them.
So how many
All of
hours
the same.
vacation do they have on an annual basis?
Jean gets 5 weeks, and I believe Janice gets 4. So
And you get 5 as well?
4, I think.
You?
I think.
Yeah, she thinks.
I don't know. I used all of mine because of my little one this year was a little trickier, with their not being in school. So I had no problem using mine. But that's because they were both here to back me up. So can't really complain.
Okay, would someone make a motion to accept the letters so I can send them off to Chris?
I'll make a motion to accept the letters from Janice and Jean about a request for vacation
Carry over.
carryover. Thank you.
Yep.
I'll second it.
Sorry, who said that? Paula?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, now you can go back to your questionings on the reopening if there was still more. I didn't want to forget that.
Do we need to vote on that?
Oh, yes, all in favor. Sorry.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it.
And Janice, I will send you the letter that I have. I have like a pre-written letter that we sent last time. We requested that to Chris Martin, so I can send it
Okay.
to you if you'd like it, and you can
Thank you.
do it.
And I won't have to do it all on my own.
Don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? Okay. Does anyone else have any more questions about our opening?
It just got really windy here, so if I go out, that's because we lost power.
Oh boy.
We're starting a storm tonight. Okay, so anything else on the library director's report? Any questions? Okay, then I think we're moving on to the warrant signing.
Okay.
Jen, can you read them for us?
I have 2 warrants. One in the amount of $3,162.58, and that's for Otelco, Baker and Taylor, Blackstone Publishing, Derenzi Business Technologies, and ProQuest. And one for $1,547.32 to Baker and Taylor, Blackstone Publishing, and the library store.
Okay, someone want to make a motion to accept the warrants and for Jen to sign them in my absence?
I'll make a motion to accept the warrants as presented and to have Jen sign the warrants
I'll second it.
because of Zoom.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. On other, I know Leah, you sent something.
Yeah, did everybody get? I kind of sent it at the last minute, probably like 5:30. I sent you all something. Did you get it?
Yep.
Yes.
I couldn't
Think so,
open it.
yeah.
You
I
couldn't
didn't
what?
get it.
You didn't get it?
No, there was nothing there.
Oh, well, no, but yeah. Yeah,
Do you want, do you want to read it, Leah, or do you want me to read it?
No, I can read it.
Okay.
There's a second one, Denise. I sent the first one without the attachment. Look for the second one.
The next one came, but I couldn't open the attachment.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, what it is Denise, hey, this is the UNORC Life Security, and it's a spreadsheet that I've got going. I think it would be very interesting for you to see on a monthly basis how this is doing. So I can send this to you for your meetings.
That would be great.
I could send it to whoever's the chairperson at the time or to Jen. Well, or to everybody. How would you like it? Would everybody like to have it? Because it's no problem to email it to you.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'll
Leah, I
email
was
it
gonna
all to you.
Leah, I was gonna say, if you get it to Jen, we can attach it to the agenda, and then I can send it out with the agenda, and it'll all be in the same email, the agenda and the attachments.
It's a good idea.
Would that work?
Yeah, so send
Jen?
it to Jen, and when Jen sends me the agenda every month, I'll already have it in there, and I can forward it over and get it out to everybody when I send
Okay.
the agenda.
All right, whatever works. Whatever works. So, I mean, it's only been in there for like a month and a half and it's made 410. So
Doing good.
Darn good.
Yeah, that's great.
if anybody's good with percentage, you could figure out what the rate of percentage is, but I have no idea. So I will send it to Jen, and then you'll all have it. I just think you should have it. Because I know that each month the friends would always present it along with the treasurer would always present it in the treasurer's report, but that doesn't let you as the trustees know how it's doing. So I just think you should have it.
Thank you, Leah. I think that's a great idea.
This will be something new. It's never been done, but then again, that's it.
That'd be great.
Leah, do they have any plans to do any fundraising?
No,
No.
I think probably the best that we can hope for is a fall book sale.
I'm actually working on, with my opening plan, we're going to have people come in through the front doors and exit through the community room. And I've been playing around with the idea of having an ongoing book sale in there, since we can't use the community room for programming right now anyway. Having it be kind of a self-run walkthrough. And there will be envelopes like we have our cart right now, envelopes at the end that if you would like to purchase books, you put the money in the envelope and drop it in our book drop. That way they don't have to come back in. We're not touching money. It's all getting dropped into the book drop and quarantined. So it's kind of on a self-run, kind of hoping people do the right thing. So I've been playing around with that idea. Once we get open, maybe setting that up. Be nice if we could have volunteers back in the building first so that I can have help with it, but that's an idea. And the book cart we have has already made us over $100. So
Oh, wow.
I've just been adding books to it left and right. Every day I add more books to it because they sell so fast.
Mm.
So, at least there's that for now.
And that's
Can
only
we
a small
donate
group of
books
people
yet?
coming to the library.
Yeah, that's just the
Right.
people coming in to get their pickups.
Jen, can we donate books yet or not?
Not yet. I'm hoping that this will help us push what we have. Right now, our storage room is completely overflowing.
Okay.
I would like to be able to move those out and then talk about taking some more.
I think the ongoing book sale would actually be a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've never been able to do that before, so it'd be kind of cool.
So you have tons and tons of books.
We do. Yeah, we're overflowing. We're from right before COVID. We had planned on having our spring sale and we weren't able to. So we've been over a year and a half of collecting.
Wow. You know what? The Church of Christ, I think that's the name of it, in the center of town, they're having a tag sale, craft sale, May 29th. Too bad
Saw
books are
that.
so heavy. We could almost come out with a pickup truck full and sell them.
Right? I know. It's a lot of hauling.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, any other business?
Yes. Yes, me. Alice Stewart's Memorial Garden. I don't want to give everybody an idea of where we are with that. As Jen had mentioned, the Board of Selectmen have written a letter providing their approval for it. So things that are in motion at this point. So I think we had $420 in funds from before, correct, Jen? And Lou Berry started a GoFundMe program, which has come up with $350.
Oh, wow.
Lou has got George Randall coming in to remove the grass, which is something we had Tom Ablicki do for us before out of Belchertown. So if we can do that, that'll save us a lot of money. And I guess Lou's also got them moving the stone. I guess it's like 10 by 14, the stone that we're going to be moving over.
Yeah.
Janet Hartley's working on the design. We're just trying to figure out if it was going to be a big project or a small project, how much money we had. So things are kind of trickling through at this point. We also went over there and figured out what the Hawaiian bush is, and it's been dug up. It's Chrissy White dug it up, and we figured out there's some Tete daffodils, which were, I guess, Alice's favorite. And there's some Stella Dora lilies that we like to move, daylilies. And Lou has the fountain that he's going to turn into a solar fountain. He's got that. So things are moving slowly, but they're moving. I just want everybody to be aware of it.
Thank you.
Are they going to need more help with like
Yep.
eventually? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And
And
you
there's
guys-
all those rocks down below that we can bring into the design, but they're big. They're big, and it's like you're going to need like what do you call those? A bobcat or something?
Yeah.
Move them up. I mean, we might be able to get some help from like the Boy Scouts, but still, we're going to need some heavy equipment to move that. But it's coming along.
Okay. Anybody
Thank
else have
you.
anything else? I'd like to mention, if the library is reopening, what do you think about having our meetings this summer outside if weather's permitted? Or,
It's fine with me.
Yeah.
Sure.
no,
That'd
you
I'm
guys-
really,
That'd be-
I'm really sick of Zoom meetings. Really.
Yeah.
be true.
I mean, the community room should be big enough that if we had to move it inside, we should be able to sit
Mhm.
the 9 to 10 of us in there. Pretty much spaced out, you know, if we had to do that with the doors open. So I was just wondering what you guys thought about it. You know, maybe we don't do June 8th. I don't know. Maybe we shoot for July. But I just want everybody to think about that. It would be, you know, kind of nice to get us back to some kind of normal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
sounds good.
Okay.
You know, we can kind of play it by ear and, you know, for the next few weeks and see how Jen's doing with reopening and
Right.
everything. And, you know, I don't want to push her too much with putting this on her too, but maybe we shoot for July and have our meetings, you know, try to have our meetings back there.
Yeah.
On that.
I agree.
The other thing is, aren't we voting? I don't have my notebook up here, but don't we have to do a committee for the next meeting, or do we do that in July? Don't we have to re-nominate the committee members in June?
Good question.
I don't, I said, I'm up here and I didn't bring my notebook with me.
I want
um,
to see if we figured out we have to do it after we get the new.
So I think it's
people
July
approved.
then. We do it for July. Okay. So in
So
the
when-
next meeting, we'll
For
do
June,
in June.
before the next meeting, I think. Right, Leah?
No,
Because then you can't, for the new people coming in, can't, how do you know these people are gonna? I know we talked about this. It makes
Because-
sense to do it for July.
because I'm still good for till June. I mean, I'm still here for the June meeting.
Yes, but I think once
Right.
the vote comes in, Leah, you're out. Because we discussed
Well-
this once before. I think this is your last meeting.
When's the
Because
town?
the new people are
when is
getting
the-
voted in and they start for the June meeting.
The
No,
voting is
when's the-
Monday, isn't it?
17.
May 17.
17th, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so
All
this,
right. So then the new people, oh, okay, then they start in June, the new people.
Right.
yes,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're free.
Oh, my God.
Well,
Need all
kind
my
of
good-
free.
Need all my goodies.
That's right.
Ah. Oh, okay, all right. So June.
you can
have
always
the
visit
people.
us, Leah, though, you know,
Excuse
don't
me?
be afraid to come visit us.
No, you don't need me. No.
She'll still be at the library. I won't let her go.
Yeah, well, then I'm still with a friend, so I'm still around. Okay, all right, very good then.
I'm
So-
sorry, so what did we decide on, June or July?
Well, that's what I'm trying to go back to see.
So I believe
Oh,
we would form the
here's-
committee in June and vote in
here's-
July.
I have last June's agenda. Let me see what's on it.
I know, I'm looking at my own notebook too.
Budget. Do we have a budget that has to be approved of for the June meeting?
We already approved our budget on our end, that the town votes on it at the town meeting.
Okay,
So you just have to show up and vote. That's all.
When is the town meeting?
It's in June. Oh, I had it written down.
Paper was like that it was either, I thought it was like
June 5th.
yesterday. Paper that we get like from the town census or something, wasn't it?
I think it's June 5th.
Is it June 5th?
It's a Saturday.
That's right. It's on a weekend.
July meeting, hold on, let's see what's in July. I have June and July here, and we have no voting on either one of them in the agenda.
Oh, I have it June 14th, 2016, nominating committee.
Okay.
Were they just who was on it? Or did they submit it?
June 14th minutes. Gwen, Michelle, and Renee will be on the nominating committee to nominate so June for July.
Okay. 'Cause I know it's in my book, I just don't have it. So, okay, so in June, we'll need 3 people to volunteer to do that. So just keep that in your mind. Anything else, ladies, before we call the meeting?
Nope.
I'll
Next.
just say thank you very much for the basket, for the goodie basket. And it's edible. It's something. You don't know how I don't need more stuff. I can really use the food.
Good.
Enjoy the
Great.
food better than
Great.
stuff.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Well
and
deserved. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
miss
very
you.
much. I
And you
really
can go buy more now too with the gift card.
Oh, that's right. I got the gift card.
Strawberries.
In
Yep.
time for summer, fresh vegetables for
Yes.
summer.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
open already too. They are open.
Yeah, Sapowski's, they're open.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Good. Again, thank you.
You're
Enjoy,
welcome.
Leah.
It's
You're
been
welcome.
fun.
Okay, ladies, the next meeting is June 8th. If no one else has anything else, we will adjourn. Someone want to vote? Put in a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a
Uh,
motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
I'm sorry.
All in
Who said
favor?
that? I'm sorry.
This is my last. I want to.
Oh, you can.
All
Okay,
in
I'm sorry.
favor?
Leah, you made the motion?
No, she
If
seconded it.
Terry will let me.
Okay, Terry, make
Go
the
right
motion.
ahead. Go right ahead.
Yes, I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Who's seconding it?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Okay, ladies, we'll be
Okay.
talking to
See you
you
next
soon.
time. Bye, Leah.
Bye,
Miss
Hi,
you.
Leah.
Bye, Leah.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
I'll be
Bye.
seeing you.